about hip-hop life and urban culture. Meet the hosts who inform and empower their listeners.
I'm Jabbar Edmond. I go by Mr. Edmond. My role, I'm a host and I'm co-founder.
My name is Brother John Muhammad, Your Brother John, YourBrotherJohn.com. And my role on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is host or co-host.
I just go by Qiana. Sometimes you may hear the guys call me Q. I may say Q just depending on my personality that day. And I'm the female of the crew. I think I keep balance when you look at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So that's my role.
And I'm Bruce Moore Jr. A lot of people do know Bruce Moore Jr., obviously being born and raised here and going to school here, but there's many more people that know Reno.
St. Peter's small, and so the good things and bad things that come with a small city, you know, everybody knowing each other, of course, would be one of the pluses.
My neighbors were not only just my neighbors, they became my family.
Trying to put that back now, like really getting back to a place where we know our neighbors and we look out for each other. It was a St. Pete that existed, you know, south of Central, and then there was another St. Pete that existed north of Central and downtown. It was a struggle then, and I think it's still, you know, somewhat a struggle for black people in the city of St. Pete.
Even with every step of progress we make, it's still a struggle to, implement that progress.
Did y'all hear about the weed college, the first cannabis college?
In Orlando.
Talk to us,
itself.
No, yeah, I've been looking at it.
This is serious, y'all.
Over a year ago.
If you got the charges, go and get the degrees, King. You got years of experience, man. It ain't like you come into a classroom with no data.
Elon Musk said that a drug dealer knows how to manage and run a business better.
I can't believe that.
The real facts, man.
I'm all about education. But what I'm saying is that we carry this industry on our backs.
The way we started the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, Jabbar approached me about what could we do, how can we do something together, and then an opportunity to promote Amendment 4. Amendment 4 is the, voting rights restoration to returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio, got 99 jams to talk about, Amendment 4 and other local, policies.
Hello, I'm Gabe Ortiz, and this is WEDU Arts Plus. Based out of St. Pete, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is a morning radio show about hip-hop life and urban culture. Meet the hosts who inform and empower their listeners.
I'm Jabbar Edmond. I go by Mr. Edmond. My role, I'm a host and I'm co-founder.
My name is Brother John Muhammad, Your Brother John, YourBrotherJohn.com. And my role on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is host or co-host.
I just go by Qiana. Sometimes you may hear the guys call me Q. I may say Q just depending on my personality that day. And I'm the female of the crew. I think I keep balance when you look at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So that's my role.
And I'm Bruce Moore Jr. A lot of people do know Bruce Moore Jr., obviously being born and raised here and going to school here, but there's many more people that know Reno.
St. Peter's small, and so the good things and bad things that come with a small city, everybody knowing each other, of course, would be one of the pluses.
My neighbors were not only just my neighbors, they became my family.
Trying to put that back now, like really getting back to a place where we know our neighbors and we look out for each other. It was a St. Pete that existed, south of Central, and then there was another St. Pete that existed north of Central and downtown. It was a struggle then, and I think it's still, somewhat a struggle for black people in the city of St. Pete.
Even with every step of progress we make, it's still a struggle to, implement that progress.
Did y'all hear about the weed college, the first cannabis college?
In Orlando.
Talk to us,
itself.
No, yeah, I've been looking at it.
This is serious, y'all.
Over a year ago.
If you got the charges, go and
marijuana.
get the degrees, King. You got years of experience, man. It ain't like you come into a classroom with no data.
Elon Musk said that a drug dealer knows how to manage and run a business better.
I can't believe that.
The real facts, man.
I'm all about education. But what I'm saying is that we carry this industry on our backs.
The way we started the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, Jabbar approached me about what could we do, how can we do something together, and then an opportunity to promote Amendment 4. Amendment 4 is the, voting rights restoration to returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio at 99 Jams to talk about, Amendment 4 and other local, policies.
Hello, I'm Gabe Ortiz, and this is WEDU Arts Plus. Based out of St. Pete, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is a morning radio show about hip-hop life and urban culture. Meet the hosts who inform and empower their listeners.
I'm Jabbar Edman. I go by Mr. Edman. My role, I'm a host and I'm co-founder.
My name is Brother John Muhammad, Your Brother John, YourBrotherJohn.com. And my role on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is host or co-host.
I just go by Qiana. Sometimes you may hear the guys call me Q. I may say Q just depending on my personality that day. And I'm the female of the crew. I think I keep balance when you look at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So that's my role.
And I'm Bruce Moore Jr. A lot of people do know Bruce Moore Jr., obviously being born and raised here and going to school here, but there's many more people that know Reno.
St. Pete is small, and so the good things and bad things that come with a small city, everybody knowing each other, of course, would be one of the pluses.
My neighbors were not only just my neighbors, they became my family.
Trying to put that back now, like really getting back to a place where we know our neighbors and we look out for each other. It was a St. Pete that existed, south of Central, and then there was another St. Pete that existed north of Central and downtown. It was a struggle then, and I think it's still, somewhat a struggle for black people in the city of St. Pete.
Even with every step of progress we make, it's still a struggle to, implement that progress.
Did y'all hear about the weed college, the first cannabis college
in Orlando?
Talk to him, Soprano.
No, yeah, I've been looking at it.
This is serious, y'all.
Over a year ago.
If you got the charges, go and get the degrees, King. You got years of experience, man. It ain't like you come into a classroom with no data.
Elon Musk said that a drug dealer knows how to manage and run a business better.
I can't believe that.
The real facts, man.
I'm all about education. But what I'm saying is that we carry this industry on our backs.
The way we started the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, Jabbar approached me about what could we do, how can we do something together, and then an opportunity to promote Amendment 4. Amendment 4 is the, voting rights restoration to returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio at 99 Jams to talk about, Amendment 4 and other local, policies.
Hello, I'm Gabe Ortiz, and this is WEDU Arts Plus. Based out of St. Pete, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is a morning radio show about hip-hop life and urban culture. Meet the hosts who inform and empower their listeners.
I'm Jabbar Edman. I go by Mr. Edman. My role, I'm a host and I'm co-founder.
My name is Brother John Muhammad, Your Brother John, YourBrotherJohn.com. And my role on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is host or co-host.
I just go by Qiana. Sometimes you may hear the guys call me Q. I may say Q just depending on my personality that day. And I'm the female of the crew. I think I keep balance when you look at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So that's my role.
And I'm Bruce Moore Jr. A lot of people do know Bruce Moore Jr., obviously being born and raised here and going to school here, but there's many more people that know Reno.
St. Pete is small, and so the good things and bad things that come with a small city, you know, everybody knowing each other, of course, would be one of the pluses.
My neighbors were not only just my neighbors, they became my family.
Trying to put that back now, like really getting back to a place where we know our neighbors and we look out for each other. There was a St. Pete that existed, you know, south of Central, and then there was another St. Pete that existed north of Central and downtown. It was a struggle then, and I think it's still, you know, somewhat a struggle for black people in the city of St. Pete.
Even with every step of progress we make, it's still a struggle to, implement that progress.
Did y'all hear about the weed college, the first cannabis college
In Orlando.
Talk to us, Soprano.
Yeah, I've been looking at it.
This is serious, y'all.
Over a year ago.
If you got the charges,
Medical
go and
marijuana.
get the degrees, King. You got years of experience, man. It ain't like you come into a classroom with no data.
Elon Musk said that a drug dealer knows how to manage and run a business better.
I can't believe that.
The real facts, man.
I'm all about education. But what I'm saying is that we carry this industry on our backs.
The way we started the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, Jabbar approached me about what could we do, how can we do something together, and then an opportunity to promote Amendment 4. Amendment 4 is the, voting rights restoration to returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio, got 99 jams to talk about, Amendment 4 and other local, policies.
Hello, I'm Gabe Ortiz, and this is WEDU Arts Plus. Based out of St. Pete, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is a morning radio show about hip-hop life and urban culture. Meet the hosts who inform and empower their listeners.
I'm Jabbar Edman. I go by Mr. Edman. My role, I'm a host and I'm co-founder.
My name is Brother John Muhammad, Your Brother John, yourbrotherjohn.com. And my role on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is host or co-host.
I just go by Qiana. Sometimes you may hear the guys call me Q. I may say Q just depending on my person.
Can you talk into the mic?
I am Qiana.
Well, hey, Qiana. I am the one and only Mr. Edman.
And we're brought to you by the New Image Project, better known as
See that?
Because we are redefining.
What's cool?
Because smart.
It's the new gangster.
Baby.
And if you don't know.
Now you know.
Yes.
Wake up. So thank y'all for tuning in. Now, first hour we had some technical difficulties. So once we got up and running, we played the video. So thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, don't explain nothing to them people.
Why not? Ain't
no explanation needed. Because then when the playback happen, they don't need to hear no explanation. All they do is see the video. Ain't no explanation needed. How y'all doing? Hey. Act like ain't that happen.
Hey. You said you don't think the people.
Yeah.
So how it's what's on your mind Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how was your last couple of days? Everybody is sick.
Yes.
Is it that season?
It might be a new strand of
COVID?
Illness.
See, we're not gonna call it COVID.
We ain't gonna we'll get canceled. Remember what people were saying about COVID? They were so emotional. You guys can't be saying that. You guys are saying, and now almost everything we said during it and the stuff we took a lot of flack for, turned out to be true.
This is true.
It turned out to be categorically true. So speaking of COVID-19, Anthony Fauci was getting grilled by, I think, Congress about the origins of COVID-19 and stuff like that.
Oh, and the lady was so disrespectful to him.
I mean, she wouldn't call him a doctor.
Right.
And I think Dr. Fauci has run into he's been involved with almost all the major pandemics, whether it's from the HIV to 19. And so people have came up with these conspiracy theories, and a lot of times conspiracy theories have come out to be true. Remember the UFO conspiracy theories nobody talk about? They said them people was crazy. You know the people that had aluminum foil head helmet? Yeah, they might be on the something. Okay, long story short, Fauci testified.
Good morning, Sharonda.
And people didn't believe Sharonda. Remember that calendar you made?
That's so random.
Remember the calendars you made? First it was Cat Williams, then it was Diddy. Now it need to be Trump.
Oh Lord.
So if people don't know, Trump did get convicted of 36 charges of whatever they charged him with. But the real story is not even how much money he made after. The real story is what black people can learn from Donald Trump and the Donald Trump convention.
Okay, what can they learn?
I'm glad you asked. The first thing that I thought that they can learn and felt they can learn and feel they can learn and think they can learn is unity. Too often, all in the history of us, a black leader is easily tarnished in the media or catch a charge or something, and then the black people instantly turn against him. He no longer gets the support he had, or he or she, and they no longer are able to be factors in any political realm once you catch a charge or once somebody puts a dirt on your name.
And politically, listen,
it's suicide.
It can be.
But okay, long story short, I think that what we can learn is how to unite around no matter what happens. What do I mean about that? The man caught 36 charges and raised felony and raised $1 million a charge.
He really did. And I think he actually did more than that because I think it ended up being like $50 million once it was all said and done.
And he raised the money for the entire GOP. So what people don't know, when you have a presidential candidate that raises a lot of money, what they usually do is go around and give money to the other races, right? So a really good presidential candidate will raise the money, and then he'll come around and, hey, here's 10,000 for you, here's 100,000 for your race, and bless other campaigns, right? So what they have effectively did was help the GOP and former President Trump raise more money than ever. Right? And how did they do that? Because they sticking together, y'all.
And you know what? These are not like big donations.
No, they're $20 and $40.
They're $20, $40 donations. So there's not like, it's just a lot of people doing $20, $40. It's not like 100. It ain't all this other stuff. Every penny counts.
These people sticking together like grandma and grandpa, man. These people sticking together. And the reason I wanted to bring this up because, you know, last night, it was a late last night conversation I was having. And I had to point this out because somebody asked me, you know, what do you think about this is going on? I say the thing I think that we can learn from it as a people, stick by your people, man. Stick by your people, because that way you can build a force that can be reckoned with. But once they can get to you by tarnishing the name and disrupting the name of your people or the person or the people that you rocking with, once they can do that, they got you. It's a masterful play because we can control.
But we're the first ones, and I always say that we're the first ones to call us out. We're the first ones to turn our back on each other.
And bail. We bail.
Like bing.
Because I mean, to a certain extent, right? Because they asked me, you know, they said, "Is this white privilege?"
It is.
But no,
it is too.
It's not.
It is.
I'm going to tell you what it is. It is your people being behind you. White privilege only can get you so far. There's white privilege in jail. There's people with white privilege locked up doing a lot of time. So it's not just white privilege. It's his people sticking with him. And so now the people turn your phone down, caller.
Yeah.
But it's a demonstration of your people sticking with you through thick and thin.
Hello, caller. Introduce yourself. We're talking about Trump.
Hello, I know y'all talk about Trump, This is Pastor Don't You Know No
Don't you
Good.
know no good?
And I'm glad Bob brought something up about Trump. Because we can all learn something from Trump. We can learn if you come to my church on Sunday that you can pay your tithes and offerings that y'all failed to do. We also can learn from Trump when you catch felons, you still can get a job and run for president. It don't matter what kind of felon. As long as it's a little felony, you still can be the president.
Little
And
felony,
one
big
thing else
felony.
you can learn from Trump, you got to stick together at all times through the good and the bad. And to believe in the PPP loans. And anything you know about Trump, it's all about the PP loans that got him through.
Thank you.
He is those in the one P word, and he believed in prostitution.
Oh, you know what?
And another thing he did,
grab him by the P.
I'm gonna tell y'all what he did. Y'all just do me a favor. Hold on while I hang up.
So listen, and then also the implications of the Trump conviction and the Florida voting rights.
Right, because they
DeSantis already said Trump won't lose his voting rights in Florida. That's what he already said. His people sticking by him, man.
But yet they wouldn't give the rights to regular smuggler felons. He made it. He went through like all of this to make sure, put all these stipulations for people to get their rights back. You had to have all your fines and fees paid. If it's not, and then you got registered, they were arresting people. And then it was a scare tactic to stop people from.
It worked. People were scared.
People got scared and didn't do it. But at this point, follow behind Trump, because if he's not losing his rights.
Listen, what they say, Trump case casts a spotlight. It's a spotlight moment to restore voting rights to those convicted of felons, because now Trump is a convicted felon. And you watch the rules change. Man, people sticking by him.
Because they said that he may not be able to vote in New York, but if they
can write him in. They'll have the biggest write-in ballot party.
But he wouldn't be able to vote for himself in New York. But here in Florida, as long as this is his main
Trump
residence,
probably never voted for himself. Y'all don't even know how this stuff go. That man probably ain't never voted for himself anyway. See? Yeah. But long story short, stick by your people. If you can learn anything, a lot of people don't like Trump. People don't like what the Republicans are doing, but you got to respect some of these.
They're organizing
and they legislating and they sticking together. Bottom top line, sign it at the bottom.
Yeah,
they are organized. They are legislating and they are sticking together. So the next time your political leader or person you follow is convicted and brought up on charges, just think about Trump.
Because I believe it don't kick a dog when he down. You know what I mean? I kind of.
I was gonna say, boy.
We've had some great leaders that did some stuff and then
not so great.
And then good people make bad decisions.
We all human.
Right, and then we turned our back on them, and they really they really could have made a great impact
from accusations, not even convictions. So a lot of the black leaders and black influencers and people of status have lost their status by mere accusations, just the rumor that something was something, and their whole career, everything they stand for, flushed down the toilet, and that's absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah, I agree.
We lost a lot of good leaders like that. A lot of good people was forced to step into the back because they couldn't handle that heat.
And you know what? And not to change the subject.
Don't change the subject.
But I'm not really changing the subject. But we look at it because there's lies and truth that's mixed in. It's so hard to believe what's true and what's not. And a lot of times we like to go with the narrative. We end up believing the false lie over the truth.
But what I'm saying is these people don't know if he is or not. They don't know.
Yeah.
But what they're saying is this is my guy, and it don't matter. And I'm not saying that.
And you know what? They finding a reason. Listen. They are literally finding. They was like, yo, you can't prove that. They have come up with stories.
Listen, I know some real Trump supporters.
I seen
actually this Sunday. I had a big meeting. We having a good time, and we talking about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they just lay it on thick, and it's like, I know you don't believe what you just said.
So you want me to? So this is how we need to be for
us. Hey,
for
listen,
the chairman when he's going.
the Chairman O'Malley.
Yes.
Your Who Rule 3.
Yes.
Say their name.
Yeah.
Who Rule 3.
Right. This is how we need to stick together then, because at this point,
right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right.
You are right.
This is the kind of power that we need, because they got trumped up charges.
So they need we need to be supporting them.
Like Trump.
There's a trial coming up.
In September 3rd, I believe the date is.
We will find out, and we'll ask the chairman to come on. We have a very special interview with the chairman. But what we're talking about, if you're just tuning in, you listen to 99 Jams, Breakfasst Radio.
Mm-hmm.
And we're at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and we're talking about Donald J. Trump, the 36 convictions, and how he still is getting support from his supporters.
And then on top
financial
of that,
and emotional and public support.
And how he was supposed to sign, he was supposed to go in.
Sign for probation. And buck.
And let one of us have buck.
Listen, his people are down for him. The man like, hey, come over here. He like, where's the press conference? Listen, the man, people, listen. And I ain't got no problem with it. The man, people are down for him. And I need my people to be down for me and us like that too.
So like we're asking right,
wrong, or indifferent.
Stick together.
Man, listen. It is a demonstration of power happening in front of you. And if you can witness it, if you cannot be so disgusted for a momentary time, you will see what unity looks like.
Right. It's a beautiful listen, it's a beautiful thing when you look at it. It may not be the
unity you looking for
is right in front of you.
But the unity is looking at you, man. It's showing you everything they throw at this man. This is the Teflon Don for real.
Yeah. He has raised $50 million within
since the 36 felony convictions. Y'all.
Yes, and he's able
That was astounding to me.
Right, and he's able to fund his whole party.
Listen, everybody all over America, y'all will be seeing commercials or banners or yard signs because of the support that Trump is able to get for the rest of the campaign, the GOP. And that's something for us to look at.
Good morning, Mama.
Because can we support each other like that?
Right.
And
so while we're talking about, we got a lot of candidates. This is going to be a big ballot.
Yes.
We had Stanley Campbell on. Yes, he's running for U.S. Senate to replace Rick Scott. Yes. We're going to need the support of everybody. We also have Dan that's running for District 7.
Yes.
Wingate Newton running for District 7. Yes. Who else running for District 7?
There's a lot of people running.
For District 7?
I mean, listen, man.
But I'm trying to name all the... You have Deborah Figgs Sanders, who's also...
running for office.
Running to keep her seat. Who else? You know? It's a lot of people.
Yes.
It's a lot of people.
And if you want to vote by mail, you must get your vote by mail ballot now. And what I'm going to say
is find your candidate, right? Support them. Support. Everybody needs money. Everybody needs money.
And you need to spend the money.
And listen, just like
on the money, spend the money.
Wait, hold on. So just like we just said with Trump, they did $20, $40. The $1, $5, $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. Every donation helps. So if you have a candidate that you believe in, give them what you can.
Yes. Time, talent, and treasure. I always say, and one of the most important things is just knowing the ballot cycle, knowing where your district at, knowing the dates, right? So the reality is there's a new law that passed in Florida that you must re-register for your mail-at-home ballot.
Right.
And we are encouraging people to step up and re-register for your mail-at-home ballot. There's a lot of controversy about this, but the reality is elections are won and lost from the kitchen counter table.
Yes.
It's no longer in the back. It's no longer at the voting poll and people pulling the lever. This is a reality that we're in. We're in the future. People are voting from their kitchen counter. And if you want to have that opportunity, please make sure that you have your vote by mail registration in from your supervisor elections.
Yes. Okay, I have to take a quick break. A really, really quick break to just say this. Today is my niece's birthday.
Hey, niece.
It is Giselle Rose's 6th birthday. So I need everybody to say happy birthday, Giselle.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Giselle. So she's a part of this big Gemini season.
Gemini season.
Yeah.
Had to go with a deep voice. Big Gemini season.
So if y'all on Facebook or anything, tag in, just say happy birthday, Giselle. Jiselle.
Yes, and speaking about support, we want to make sure that we support all the podcasts, Business Talk Podcast, $1 Million Minute, all the podcasts that are coming out. We invite you to come on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Tell people about your podcast. Tell people, let people know your backstory. Because what we want to do, we want to elevate the voices of the community, elevate the voices of the citizens. So if you have a podcast or thinking about a podcast, get with Oral Productions, get with Jam on the Cam, and let her produce your podcast. This is big. We talking about building a community, and it's going to take each one of us to contribute.
And we're changing the narrative of what media looks like and what. No, we really are.
By those.
We're changing it.
We're
definitely changing it because the narrative that is typically told is somebody else's narrative. And somebody else is feeding us what they want us to know and how we want and what they want the story to be.
That's why we ruffling the feathers
right now. Over here.
Yeah, that's why y'all know we ruffling some feathers. It's all right though. We're not trying to ruffle feathers. What we're trying to do is inform the community. So let's talk about this. Breaking generational curses.
Ooh.
Breaking generational curses. So I made a post on social media. You can go find this Jabbar Edmond on Facebook.
And let me tell you, my niece is so happy. She's smiling from ear to ear.
Thank you.
She is.
Giselle.
Yeah,
I
Miss
love that
Giselle
name.
Rose.
I love that name. So,
go ahead.
Breaking generational curses. I made a post on Facebook and I said that breaking generational curses was a team sport. That everybody plays a role, right? There's always a leader in the family and somebody who leads the way in breaking a generational curse. But when you're thinking about truly breaking generational curses, we have to do it together. It's not just you, me, or if you want to break it for your family, it's going to take you and some of your family members participating.
But to break a generational curse, right? One is going to be acknowledging.
Yep.
That
it is a curse.
You got to acknowledge.
Y'all got a problem.
No, you really have to acknowledge it, right? And then it's hard work. It's something that you're gonna have to be conscious about, and every day you're gonna have to tell yourself, like, I'm not gonna do that, because it's so easy to slip back in.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
What is a generational curse? So I take your silence as me to keep talking.
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you go ahead. Go. No, I like you. Go.
Okay. A generational curse to me is something that has plagued a family or a community for decades.
Right.
Whether it is food, a diet, right? Or is it habits, or is it financial
absentee?
Fathers, or even financial spending, ways people spend money. So and confronting that, right? Step into it and saying, okay, what is a generational curse?
Broken homes. It doesn't even have to be like the father itself. It could be broken homes. It could be mothers, fathers, all the above. When you're looking at generational curses, when it and not having that stability in your household, because again, you want to change the narrative of where we're going in life, right?
Yes.
And if you want to take toxicity out of your life, and that's all you know, and then that's all your parents knew, and then their parents only knew that.
You gotta detoxify.
You really do.
You gotta detoxify. You gotta, if you want it.
You
some
really
people
do.
are right with it. Because Nisi said some people are generational curse makers. Everyone isn't a generational curse breaker. So think about that. So because I agree with that, because we unknowingly sometimes participate in things that hurt us, or things that are to our detriment. Like people say, sometimes people vote against their own self-interest. So sometimes some of the pain that we go through is self-inflicted.
Yes, it is.
And what we want to talk about is not inflicting so much pain on yourself and others, because hurt people
all the time,
right? And then we have a situation where we got things that are happening perpetually that we can kind of put a finger on, and we can kind of slow down.
And we make excuses. Let's say this. Let's talk about this. I hear a lot of black men now say, monogamy is not where it's supposed to be at, right?
You talking about polyamorous?
Yes, and if you hear this, but if you look at it, only people who are not monogamous is people or animals that are only doing it to populate,
procreation,
right? Yes. But anybody who has sex for pleasure is monogamous. If it's just for pleasure, it's a monogamous. Look at it.
I get what you're trying to say.
No, I'm not.
You just said it wrong.
No, we'll say it.
No,
how did I say it wrong?
Because you said anything that has sex for procreation don't get married. And anything that has sex for pleasure
is monogamous.
But that's not true.
No, go and look it up. Please do. Google it.
Google it. For the sake of argument, I'm not going to argue.
No, Google it. So if you go with lions, if they have it, they only have multiple
when it's time to have children,
because they're trying to have multiple children. Yes. But if it's for pleasure, they are monogamous. Any other, go look at it. Any species. I'm just gonna tell you.
Okay, Miss Davis, anything can be generational curse. That can be bad habits from generation to generation. And one of the ones that I think is a generational curse is the passing down of recipes and diets.
Yeah, that is
what we eat. A lot of people feel that
it's a bad habit.
Certain things run in our family or run in our blood, but the real thing is the diet runs in the family. That recipe, right? Everybody's still eating those same things, and that could be a generational
adding
curse.
Salt, adding all of that stuff. You can't,
or not even doing some things. Bring me. Thank you. Hey, and the real thing, because like in our community, one of the things that I've always learned is that we are teaching each other every day. Each one teach one. And we learn from our family members, our friends, and our close associates. And some of the things we learn can be generational curses, right? Some of the things that we learn from each other, right? And not a family thing. This is friends, family, cousins, and everything, right? Thank you. Look at all this mess. But yeah, thank you. And the reality is, it's up to us to teach and have some generational blessings. See,
right.
Let's talk about generational blessings. How you bless your people for generations.
But you know what happens is people so used to it, they be like, oh, you want to change. Such.
It wasn't that wrong with it when your grandma did it. Yes, it was wrong when grandma was doing it too. See, we didn't want to say that about grandma.
And then on top of that, it was so different. Also, you're looking at all the stuff that they're putting in the food, right? You can't even go to the store and buy real fruit. Everything, nothing have seeds anymore.
You got to go under the interstate to buy food to get the fresh food. You got to go under the interstate. But anyway, Lord.
No, but we really want to. What we want is a healthy community, right? And while we're talking about that, I also want to tap into the teen suicides.
Yes.
Let's
have a moment of silence.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, there has been an epidemic of teen suicides and just suicides and death in general. It's been a hard situation. It's hard for us to get a grasp on it. And we want to send love and light to the family members who've lost people that they love, and also want to do attempt to somehow address it, like in a way that can help the community.
Right.
Having a conversation about it, trying to look for the signs, trying to see if there is no signs, but really trying to even coping with it after it happens.
Right.
Right. Even is an upcoming event. I want to pull it up real quick so I make sure I say the date right.
Keyshawn's Corner.
Yes.
It's gonna be on the 15th.
Yes, I got it right here on Keyshawn's Corner. Youth Mental Health Awareness and Suicide Prevention Resource Fair. That is June 15th at Lake Vista Recreation Center from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Once again, that's Youth Mental Health Awareness and Suicide Prevention Resource Fair. Keyshawn's Corner. That's Keyshawn's Corner with a K. Yes.
And Keyshawn's Corner, if you know anything, Keyshawn is a young man who took his life. It was 2 years ago now, or a year ago, I believe.
Yeah.
And his mom, Keisha Fuller, is putting this together to kind of prevent children from taking their lives, or at least trying to give people the tools so that you can help. Now, summer is in.
Yes.
And we see the pressures on, and then we saw the increase of suicide during COVID.
Yep.
And after. We're not doctors, but some of the tools that we see is they have to get out the house.
Yeah.
If your child is now not talking and they normally are talkative, you know what I mean? Make sure that they're not depressed. It's okay to tell them to cut off those games and get them out interacting with the real world.
Yeah. It's difficult. And it's no easy answers to this stuff. And that's why we really strongly support speaking to a professional, getting in front of people who are trained in this stuff. Because this is very hard work. It's very difficult, and there's nothing wrong with tapping a professional.
It is, because I was listening. Regina King, her son committed suicide. And she was like, she was like, who was I to tell him that he had to fight for his life? You know what I mean? When enough was enough. But you want to give everybody the tools to at least put in a good fight.
Yep, the tools to deal with what we got to deal with.
Right.
Because I think this is such a prevalent thing. People have had suicidal thoughts and suicidal attempts. So it's something that goes untalked about more than we talk about it.
Right.
And oftentimes it is when a tragedy happens, that's when we speak about it. You know, but this is something people deal with daily. This is something people like. This is what they got packed in their bag.
And it's the extra pressures that sometimes we don't even realize that we're because we
might contribute to that.
We often say, because we put, and we don't even understand that sometimes our expectations
is
pressure on somebody. The standards that we hold people to that they feel like they cannot reach. You know, and a lot of people don't want to. Children typically don't want to disappoint their parents.
And I want to say this. This is a situation that hurts the community, the family. This is a very traumatic time and a traumatic situation for people. So send love, light, and support. You know, because you never know what people are going through.
You never know.
You don't know what they carrying in their bag. You don't know what stress levels they dealing with, and just having some sympathy and empathy for what people going through and offering a way to help.
And no pointing fingers.
Exactly.
No pointing fingers. No, because
it's enough blame
to go around, and people already carry a burden when something like that happened, and trying to figure out what could I have done. Like, am I the problem? And so you want to be able to, love on these people.
Yes.
And sometimes the best help is not saying anything at all, because people think that they have to have the right thing to say. Just being present to people, being present is sometimes what people need, because if you don't know what to say, don't say nothing. And a lot of times we feel like we have to give them the right answer.
I think that's what, cause that is, you're right. And sometimes you ain't got the words, you know what I mean? And it's all right. You know, sometimes people just need you to be there.
That's it.
And you might not necessarily have the words, or sometimes it just no words could work anyway.
Because you just don't, you know, when children are lost, right, from, unless you experience that, you can't walk in their shoes. You can imagine or fathom what they feel like, but you haven't walked in their shoes. So to tell somebody, I understand how you feel, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's
I hear that.
you know,
Yeah.
and especially if
I hear you.
You know, you haven't walked that shoe.
Yeah.
I'm walking
And
those shoes.
even if you have, everybody experience that same walk different.
They do.
You know, we all see the same stuff, but we experience that same trauma different. And I want to give a big shout out to LaDonna Butler in the Well. I was at one of her trainings, and at the training they were speaking about, you know, the difference between empathy and sympathy, and like the different things that people are going through and how you perceive it and how it may be going through with them. And through that training, I kind of learned that, you know, how I feel about a certain issue or subject may be completely different from the person who's going through it.
Right.
And my experience in that subject can help. That might get them to come and see if I can help them. But the reality is, I haven't experienced what they experienced, even though I've seen the same stuff, and they're going through it in a different way that's unique to them.
It is, because every stage is different, right?
Yeah.
And like every experience is different. And while we have the people on, even so we're talking about teen suicide right now, and the prevention of it and how to kind of cope with it.
Yes, and the upcoming event
on June 15th.
Keyshawn's Corner.
At Lake Vista.
Yes, at Lake Vista.
From 10 to 2.
From 10 to 2.
And a good way to find out what's happening with your teens is other teens. Because teens talk to other teens.
Yeah, peers.
And so, if your child is outgoing and all this other, give them the tools so they can recognize when their friends may be going through something, and they can come tell you.
Yes.
Tell their parents. Like, it takes a village to do this, and you can't be afraid, because we have this no snitching thing, and this ain't a part of that.
No, this ain't a part of that code.
But people will do that. Like, somebody will say something and they'll tell you, like, don't say nothing. And we need people to speak up.
Yes. Yes.
So that we can, possibly save lives.
And I'm glad you said that. Because that made me think about not only, people speaking up from the community aspect, but from the resource aspect. There's resources that aren't making it to the community that, people can use to navigate some of these tough situations.
Right.
And we want to just pull the coattail of some of these resources. Hey, come on now, get in the road. There's some stuff going on.
Right.
Thank you for the work that you've done, but we want you to get in the road a little farther, because there's a lot of people that need you, and there's a lot of resources around this, because this is not. It's hitting us right now as a community, but this is nothing new.
Right.
This has been coming. This is something that's been brewing in the background. Like I say, because we haven't been talking about it, doesn't mean it's not happening.
Right.
Right. It's something that's going on in our community that we must address. Teen suicides and suicide, period.
Right.
Right. We're not talking about, like, during COVID, one of the highest suicide rates was Black men.
Right.
And nobody really talked about that stuff. Nobody said nothing about it. And we kind of got to fend for ourselves and figure out, hope our families there for us, and hope. And that's what I want to call on some of these resources. Get in the road. Get in the road, come out the suite, and get into the streets, because it's people that need you.
And it's okay to love on each other.
Yes.
It is okay to love on each other. Yes. Hugging, kissing, you know what I mean, saying nice words. Like, let's challenge each other that every day when you wake up, you look at the person that you lay next to, or your children, and you tell them, I love you.
Yeah.
Give them a hug. Let them know that this is a safe place.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Life's hard on us.
It's hard on everybody. So when you look at it, you really want to. We live in a community where we are judged.
Yeah.
Quite often. We have hurdles that normal people don't have.
Yeah.
We are in toxic situations in neighborhoods that we wake up and think that If you hear gunshots, that's normal. It's not. You have triggers that you don't even realize that are triggering you. We put pressure on the children to have this excellence that maybe they feel like they can't reach. We're doing proms where you feel like you have to spend $200,000 to go to prom, and your parents may not have it, and then these kids feel like they feel less because somebody couldn't afford to do all of that for them. So we really have to get back to the basics and just love on each other, have conversations, like as much as possible, make some family time, get in people's head, ask the questions where, and not a yes or no question, ask questions where they have to explain themselves.
Open-ended questions.
Right.
Yes. I mean, I think I agree. And I think that, and just to add to that, and if you need professional help, don't be too scared to ask for the help that you need.
And that doesn't make you weak.
But it
gives you strength.
A lot of people in those situations don't know what they need. Right. They don't know, okay, that there may be some help out there for them.
Right.
And that's why we want to talk about it here on this show, that there is support services.
You have the hub.
Yes, you got the well.
Yeah.
You got all these organizations. There is a lot of resources. The foundation had just gave some grants to people that help with suicide prevention and things of that nature. And the reality is we have to tap into those resources and get the help we need.
And if you don't know, listen, inbox the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Inbox Qiana Horsley. Inbox Jabbar Edmond. Inbox Brother John. Like, if you need help and you can't figure it out, inbox somebody. One of us. Everybody got my number almost. If you don't have it, you can find it. I guarantee you. Call me.
Yes, and I got the suicide prevention hotline.
Go ahead.
If you don't mind. The suicide prevention hotline is 988. That's 988. And you can call the suicide crisis line. It's a lifeline.
Yeah.
You can call it, and then they'll get you to the help that you need. You can,
and
even
these are
text it.
And they're professionals.
988, and then they will maybe connect you to some stuff that we don't know about. Right. They can connect you with some resources, because that's what we're talking about, is the resources that's out there to help. And the suicide prevention lifeline phone number is 988.
988.
Don't wait till it's too late. You can call in, get the help you need, because we're in a situation in this community. Because sometimes we may not have the words, we may not have the resources.
Right.
You gotta call somebody else in. You gotta reach out. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with it. And you don't know what you don't know. Don't feel bad about what you don't know. Now you know there is 988.
Right. And don't be afraid or ashamed about trying to save somebody's life.
Yes.
Don't be too prideful about you don't want nobody in your business. Yes. You know what happens at our house, stay in our house.
Yes.
That when people keep stuff, it has to come out one way or another.
Yes.
And so we want it to be released in a healthy way. And hopefully where it doesn't, somebody doesn't take their lives.
Yes.
So I'm just going to say, you listen, prayers to everybody who has experienced it.
Yes.
Everybody stay strong out here. If you know somebody, just love on them. And as people who deal with this, people make decisions. Don't blame yourself. It's easier said than done, but don't blame yourself.
Yes. 988. So that hotline can be used, for family members and friends. 988. That's 3 numbers. 988. Just to make it clear.
And on June 15th at Lake Vista from 10 to 2.
Yes.
You and your teens just come out. Just get the information. Even if you don't think that your teen need it, they may be able to help their friends.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you never know what resources you're gonna need. And don't be like, oh, my teen they're not dealing with it. Again, they may be able to help somebody else.
Yes. That and then you can go to Keyshawn's Corner .org. That's
And that's
Keyshawn with and key and corner with the K.
okay, yes.
.org.
Keyshawn with the K and corner with the K .org.
Yes, and you can also go on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club live broadcasting. Thank you for Brother John for putting that link in there. Yes, and we really gotta just be prepared for the things we normally not prepared for.
Right.
Just like it's storm season, we're getting prepared for the storms and hurricane supplies. Just like election season, we getting prepared. We getting voters registered, people getting their mail-in ballot. Like this is something we got to get prepared for. Suicide and suicide prevention is something we need to prepare for the same way we prepare for hurricanes and storms or any other traumatic incident. We need to be prepared for it, not only in our families but also in our communities, because this is it's hitting close to home. It's hitting close to home, and we have to take the steps to make sure our community is safe.
Yeah, they do. So yes.
Yep.
On the lighter note, do we have the Ask Qiana? We got like 10 minutes. Do we have one?
Let's see. No, I don't know if she's done.
You say
Ask them. I'm having a Juneteenth. Yeah, it's a hard one. You see one?
Mm-mm.
I don't see it. Okay, I see it. Okay, dear Qiana, Ask Qiana is brought to you by One Community Grocery Co-op. One Community Grocery Co-op, St. Petersburg. One Community Grocery Co-op. Thank you for all that y'all do. Okay, Ask Qiana. Navigating political and worldwide differences with my partner. Yeah, we did do this at the end of the Stanley show.
I don't think so.
Yes, we did. My partner recently revealed that he's voted for Trump.
Oh, we did do that one.
I did not say I did.
Nah, so no Ask Qiana.
Yeah. Yes.
You just gonna look at the camera?
No, I'm looking at the clock.
You say
I'm looking at the clock.
You just looked at the camera and said,
I'm looking at the clock. Okay. Let's get back on the horse.
Okay, because we was gonna do the last 10 minutes of Ask Qiana. You know what I did since it's What's on Your Mind Wednesday? I did see a post, and since we're talking about generational curses and all the
on
riffraff and all this other stuff, it was a girl. She made a post, and she had posted herself on there. Her dad went in there and asked her, was she single? Say, oh, you bad, you single? And she was like, you do know who I am. I'm your daughter.
What? Wait a minute. What?
You heard me.
See that one more time.
A girl posted a picture of her. Her dad didn't know who she was, didn't recognize her, went under her post and said, are you single? You bad. And she was like, you do know who I am. I'm your daughter.
You ever see that that meme with Homer Simpson and he slide into the bushes? I bet he wish he could have slid into the bushes. I mean, that's one of the social media problems, you know. You need to know your social media.
But first of all, you should know your children.
I don't know what wrong with these people, boy.
Like, this is just not how embarrassing would that be?
I'm embarrassed for her right now.
For her or him?
Her.
Why her?
Cause your daddy trying to holler at you.
No, she didn't try to holler at her daddy.
Ooh, both say he was an absent father.
He was. And
that's why he don't know his daughter?
It had to be. Because how don't you, first of all, you know,
he never seen her in that light.
But look at no, you joking. But absent, how don't you recognize that that's your daughter?
He never seen her in that light.
You don't know her name.
I'm just crazy.
No, I'm just saying, but this is very sad.
No, it's a well, you know, it's one of those things where it speaks to the issues we have in society. And I think It's dangerous.
As a person, as a father, you should feel really bad that one, you didn't recognize your daughter. Two, you need to be ashamed that you didn't know who she was, because that means you haven't been a part of her life. You didn't watch her grow. You didn't look at her and be like, oh, she kind of look familiar.
He ain't never seen his daughter from that angle. See? I'm just saying. I had to say it. He ain't never seen that girl from that angle. I'm just saying. This is bad.
It's horrible.
It's nothing good about it. It's nothing good about it. It's nothing good about it. Why would you even? But
you don't even got nothing to say, do you?
He need counseling. The family needs.
He's gonna need counseling after he tried to.
She might need a little counseling.
I mean, she probably do. Especially,
and ain't nothing wrong with counseling. Get the counseling you need. Seek the help that you need, please.
Right, because when you could tell the difference from people who's raised in a healthy family dynamic and non-healthy, you could tell the difference who was raised with 2-parent household and not. You can just kind of tell.
I mean, you can't, but I hear you.
Why you can't?
Because it's just you can't.
You can.
You can.
You can.
You can have indicators,
okay,
right?
sure.
But you can't. You don't know. You don't know, because some parents, some single mothers, some single fathers have done the job of two parents.
I said healthy. So, I said health. I did say healthy.
If they was 2 parents or not.
I did. I broke it up. I did. I said you could. No, I said you could tell people who was raised in a healthy family,
and then a single,
and 2-parent household, yes. And I also keep on saying healthy.
And I was like, no,
you can't tell.
No, I mean you can tell if. Okay, yes, I agree.
You can tell. You can tell if there's a toxic or.
But some people have healed themselves.
Yeah, but
some people have healed themselves.
But before they go through that process,
they're breaking generational curses.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Some people. I ain't saying all. Some people
never subscribe to all.
Some people have healed themselves through the adversities and trials and tribulations life have thrown at them, and some people have succumbed to those, and they had both parents, and it was in a loving household, and everybody was loved, and all that stuff, and they still. It's just life. Life is life in that.
So listen, no. When you come in from like a loving household, the core who you is typically shows that.
Trevor talking about no.
No, what? Who you know? Trevor, Jabbar, Qiana.
Okay, but no, I listen. I hear you, but I'm just saying that there are people that have some challenges, and they came from amazing family, amazing background. Everything was like amazing, but their perception of what it was may not have been amazing. That's all I'm saying. It's how you perceive it. We just talked about that. You can have everything laid on the table, but you see that one thing missing, and it's like the table ain't enough, full of options and choices. You know what I mean? Wow. Can you tell children who were raised in foster care or adopted homes? Oh, long it was love.
But
your philosophy.
But you know what? Foster care, when you look at it, who's been going from home to home, their trust issues, you will see them in there that they don't trust easily.
Yeah.
Right?
That's trauma. That's trauma.
And it's a trauma. You'll see.
I hear that.
The trauma that they have, they will not be receptive of like receiving love, because again, they're going to keep their guard up because they don't know when it's going to end. And whenever they put it down, they're snatched away. Adopted homes, if they find somewhere loving and caring, and once they're loved on properly and know that they're safe, you can see them overcome some of those traumas. Right. And we never subscribe to all, but you can definitely tell the people who've been through trauma.
Of course. I mean,
you see it come through. It comes through in how they act. Like you can only. How I want to explain this? We got like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We could get into this.
Yeah. Because you was for to step in, and I know I heard you.
I was ready.
I heard you. You was ready. And I agree with you to some extent, but then to some extent, I just strongly feel that everybody has a story to tell, and everybody done been through some traumatic situations.
Everybody,
and everybody are choosing to deal with their trauma in different ways.
Yes.
And we just want to get the tools that you can deal with your trauma properly and not let your trauma deal with you.
So final thoughts.
Final thoughts. June 11th, we have a community town hall around the Raise Hines deal.
Inviting everybody out.
Yes. So if you want to come and have your voice heard about the new gas plant redevelopment deal, June 11th at 6 p.m. at the Sunshine Center. All are invited. Come on out. We're talking about the deal and we're raising community voices while we do it.
Yes. Be the change you want to be or see. Write down those 5 things. I haven't said that in a while. Write down those 5 things that make you smile, giggle, feel good. Friday's show is a live show at Urban Drinkery.
Yeah. Meet us there.
Please do. We're gonna have cake. My mom is making cake. So Sweet Sisters.
The African coffee.
Yeah, and hopefully we have some breakfast out there too.
Yes. Hey, and maybe a guest or two, depending.
Yeah, y'all come on out. Oh, we do have a guest coming out. Yeah.
I stop at 9.
Yeah. No, maybe not. We'll see. But we gotta stop at 9 right now. We got Sister Hughes. Lose your shoes.
It's shot all around the house.
And this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
I am the one and only Mr. Edmond.
And this is Qiana, and we're out.